Create a trusted SQL Server connection. SQL Server is Microsoft's database server. It is used to make databases that can be accessed by a network of computers. In order for you to maximize SQL Server, you need to make a trusted SQL Server connection. Here are some tips to do it. Install SQL Server. To start, buy SQL Server from the official SQL Server website, and choose the version that will meet your needs. Then, begin to install the application. SQL Server best works on the latest Microsoft operating systems such as XP Professional and Vista. Remember that you can install SQL Server only if you use the administrator account or any account that can allow you to carry out administrator duties. Make a user account. You first have to create a user account to access SQL Server. You can do this by going to Control Panel. Click on User Accounts. Then, click on Create a new account. Type the name of the account, and click on the Next button. Choose Limited as the account type. When the account is already created, click on the account name and select Create a Password. You must type in your password twice for validation purposes. Then, enter a password hint. Click the Create Password button after. Enable connection to server. To do this, access SQL Server with the administrator account or the account with which you installed the application. Launch SQL Server from the Start button. Select all programs and click on the SQL Server version you installed. Then, go to File and select Object Explorer. Click Connect. When the Connect to Server dialog box appears, enter in the server type, server name, and type of authentication. Then, click on the Connect button. Create logins. You must have a login account to connect to SQL Server. This account should be named after the user account in your computer. To create a server login account, go to Object Explorer and select Security. The Select node will then expand. Right-click on Logins and select New Login. In the Login New dialog box, you have to supply the login name and password. Then, select from the two authentication options, Windows Authentication and SQL Server Authentication. Mark the check boxes beside Enforce Password Policy, Enforce Password Expiration, and user must change password at the next login. After this, click on the OK button. Login to SQL Server. After enabling a connection and making a login account, You are now ready to connect to SQL Server. To do this, go to Object Explorer and select your server type. The Connect to Server dialog box will appear. Now, type in your login name and your password and click on the Connect button. If you wish to disconnect, simply go to File. Choose Object Explorer and select Disconnect. If you want to learn more about using SQL Server, it is best to visit different tutorial websites that can effectively walk you through SQL Server. You can also check SQL Server's official website for more instructions and tutorials. Take advantage of these websites, because if you properly know how to use the server, you can fully maximize its functions.